Okay, we're getting close now. Red deer. Just a 5. Wouldn't it be? Oh man, don't tell me I'm gonna fall off a cliff and die. It's kinda looking that way. How do I get down there? I got 4 health. Am I gonna die if I jump? Probably. I'm gonna try not to, but probably will anyway. I
Follow the
might
river
make
west
it.
and you'll eventually wind up at the cave mouth.
Ouch. You don't have to do this overnight, but it's just dark and I'm just too stingy with money the game gives you to forward to the next day. Nah, I'm just here, so I'm just gonna get it over with.
The water's low right now, but it can still catch you by surprise. Stick to the walls and get that flashlight on.
It's
Easy does it. Is that what I think it is? Not sure if I should be horrified or impressed. Don't bother picking it up. I'll send someone with the proper equipment over later on.
This is a long cave. Long cave. I don't remember it being this long, but it is. knew there's a couple of things in here you done, I thought. That one I just passed might have been one of them. Come on now.
Wait, I know you're almost out, but indulge me for a minute. Take a look on your right. A little further ahead.
Right.
This is why I live here. Go ahead. Get as close as you want. Just don't touch it. See the cracks in the surface? It's limestone, notoriously unstable. These cave paintings aren't going to be here forever, but I've made it my mission to ensure that we do everything we can to keep them around for as long as possible. Kids like Josh need to learn their history, right? It's part of what it means to be human. Knowing you come from something else, someone else. We call it whakapapa. It means genealogy, but also to place in layers. And those layers link us all. Everything ends up in the ground, bird or human or rock or deer. Anyway, that's enough philosophizing from me. Let's get you out of here.
If there's anything else in this cave or not. But we're close to being out now.
I'm sure you've never been so happy to lay your eyes on the wonderful Kiwi weather. Stretch those legs. Nothing like wandering through a damp, cramped cave to give you a new lust for life. Right, I hope you're not too worn out now. More filming's on the table, but first, can I trouble you to take a little detour?
Okay, what detour?
Let me explain. The beech trees here form one of the finest examples of native forest in all of New Zealand. In no small part due to the efforts of our resident conservationist marama. We just had a mast year when they seed like crazy. And this means plenty of food for mice and rats, which in turn means plenty of food for other small pests. Beginning to see the problem? When the rats run out, those small mammals prey on native bird species, the pesky critters. We've used aerial 1080 poisoning to stave off the worst of them. But to slow their reintroduction, we need to get our hands dirty and lay down a few traps ourselves. It's time-sensitive work, and unfortunately, Marama's feeling a bit crook and had to stay home today. Can you take over for her? She's left them in a box near the target site. Conservation here is a constant tit-for-tat against these invasive mammal species. Our only indigenous mammals are 3 types of bats and some marine species. Everything else is a pest to a lesser or greater extent. Sometimes our methods can seem extreme. 1080 poisoning isn't without its naysayers, but it's one of the only tools we have to help protect the uniqueness of this place. Now, hunting helps too. I don't want to go back to the days of the helicopter wars, but having recreational hunters here year-round would go a very long way.
Okay. You gonna hush for a few minutes now? Getting closer.
Seeker deer, eh? They're one of our top draws. Beautiful animals. And a good deal brighter than their red cousins. Expect to be kept on your toes. What kind of tricks have you used to lure in that many seeker deer? I might have to hire you to give tourists lessons. There's the box. 4 should do as long as you cover enough ground. Cutting edge Kiwi technology these. Self-resetting and all. That looks like as good a spot as any. Should be simple to set up. Just install the mount and clip the trap body into place. 2 down, 2 to go. The birds will thank you for this. And that's all of them. Top-notch conservation work, Airhawk. Oh, one final thing. You can take down the 1080 warning sign. Any animals that haven't already kicked the bucket should have metabolized it by now, so it's safe to hunt in the area again. Hold on just a second. Are you seeing what I'm seeing on the ground there? These tracks aren't particularly old, eh? I hadn't expected we'd be able to deter everyone, but it's not exactly an optimal time to go for a stroll in the bush. 1 second, Josh is ringing. Feel like checking out with our lead? Right, sorry about that. Where are they taking you?
Out into the woods. Who knows? Taking me round and round in circles.
Well, someone was clearly having a bad time of it. Munted, high, both.
They lost. They don't know where they're going.
that over there? This looks like it's right out of Resplendent Sword. Surely they didn't. Oh, where? Poor thing looks like it's been torn to bits. Is that a handmade arrow? And to top it all off, there's heavy rain forecast. Perfect bloody timing. There's an outpost not far. Why don't you take shelter there and see if there's any more clues as to what we're dealing with here?
Okay, I'll do it.
Just as I suspected. Our props burglar. And it looks like they've made a spectacular exit. The stuff from the photograph. What's the appeal of this rubbish? Now we know where our pickup truck went. Glad to see the back of it.
Do right now. Decides to take shelter. Okay.
Must have left in a real hurry. Can you put the signs back up at least?
Yeah, where? Oh, okay.
Yeah. I think that's as good as you're gonna get it looking. But look at me talking. You're so tough to death. Get inside and I'll fill you in on what Josh told me.
I'm inside. Now tell me.
Well, someone's been making themselves at home. A literal bloody hack job. Please tell me that's not what I think it is. It is. That's where our poor little dear ended up. It must smell vile. Right, so I had the nephew track down that license plate number, and our props burglar is none other than a local menace by the name of Gad Barden. He's got a whole social media empire under the moniker of Giraroz's Blessing. Blogs, YouTube, QuickMez, the works. With exclusive behind-the-scenes shots from on-location movie sets. And guess what? He's Resplendent Sword mad. Got heaps of photos from all over the reserve up on here. His latest blog entry is quite something. Salutations, followers and friends, blah, blah. Have been out of contact, lost my way in the ever-shifting forests. Foul supper left me ill some nights. 1080 poisoning. He's lucky to be alive, the muppet. Let me send you the link. Usually get Josh to help me out with this. There. Check your hunter, mate. Think he just hallucinated that terrifying creature? He certainly has an overactive imagination, I'll give him that. It's too far inland for a taniwha and not humanoid enough for a patupaerehe. Unless... Anyway, he's an absolute bloody idiot, but I'm glad he's alive. This could have gone so much worse, and it's my own stupid fault for allowing them to film here. I just hate seeing the place disrespected. It's not just the bush, it's my home. I grew up a stone's throw from here. No one's around anymore, but you're welcome to swing by the old house once the filming's wrapped up if you're still in the area. I'll send someone by to clean this up later. Let's get back on track.
Okay, that's done. Give me
I'm
that.
sure you've seen plenty of fancy castles on your travels, but I guarantee you they're nothing compared to where I'm taking you next. We're gonna do some hunting out by Stone Castle Valley, a limestone formation not far from here.
Okay, reach. Okay, I'll be back when I get close.
This is nature's work. 40 million years in the making. All of this used to be underwater, and now we're standing here today. Did I tell you I like rocks? I like rocks. Another mess. Our bigwigs couldn't resist this backdrop, and I can't say I blame them. Take a look around and see if you can clean it up yourself.
Figured you was gonna say that.
Gonna be tough to move, even if they're not the real thing. When you can't fake it with props, fake it with technology. How many of these fellas did they take with them? They've really spread themselves out. I don't think you'll be able to do much here. I'll get a crew to swing by later. I'm curious to see where this is leading, though. Can you keep going?
I'm going.
Stone Castle wasn't epic enough. That's a first.
Okay.
But there's nothing down there but the old house. Certainly nothing worth filming.
Oh, and I'm lost. Don't know exactly what to do. Maybe tracks. tracks. Not them tracks. Follow the trail of movie props. Okay. Maybe if it was daylight, I might could see more, but I do this overnight so that it'll so I won't have to forward time so much. That way when I go hunt, it won't cost me 2,000 every time. See some stuff down there. Okay. I don't know how to exactly to get off of this mission. The marker's here, but it won't let me do nothing.
Surely not. What are those tracks? These are from a bulldozer.
I found it. Just keep going this way, I guess.
Can't believe it. You invite someone into your home and they do this to you. Just an obstacle to be cleared to them. What a mess this has been. Oh, left the letterbox. How kind of them. Alyssa, do what you want with it. Yes, I mean that. It's got my name on it, but that's probably just some townie's idea of a funny prank. I have a reputation with them after all.
Okay, that does it. I got
Yeah,
it.
ma'am. Melanie Murphy, it must be. And this is my mother's handwriting. She's long gone. I had no idea they treated people like that. I was only a kid when she left. Lots happened since then, you know.
Okay, what's next?
Sorry, cat's got my tongue. It's a lot to take in. Tell you what, how about I put the kettle on and give Melanie a call? See where we're at with each other. And you head off and get us some more footage? I've already had a crew out at Stone Castle to clear up what was left, so I'd suggest starting there. Plenty of prime deer species in the area. Why don't you make that your focus?
Okay, harvest a deer at Stone Castle Valley. So right in here. I'll do it. Okay. I'm right here. I went back to this house, forwarded to it was red deer drink time and daylight. And I got a pretty level 7 right there. So I think I'm gonna take him out with 30-06. And I got him. And that should take care of that mission. And I'm in Stone Castle Valley, of course. Probably gonna wind up doing my fallow grind on this board. After I get all the missions. Go farm. A gold. Double on. Them are some pretty deer.
Lovely specimen. You're really a natural at this, eh? So listen, I had a brief chat with Melanie, and she was open to talking more. Been 25 years, and it's going to take more than a single phone call, but it's a start. We had to cut it off, though. She's got news. Big news. She saw some tracks not far from here when she came by to leave the letter a day or so ago, and she swears blind they were from a moose. Are you ready to head out again, Ehua? Forget the marketing video.
Yeah.
This just became a documentary.
I think this is
Mark
the
the location where
piebald
Melanie saw the
moose.
tracks on your hunter mate. Two things. Keep that camera strapped to you and stay low. It wouldn't do to scare it now. We've come so close.
Yep, I think this is the piebald moose. I'm gonna need a bigger gun for this, I think. Yeah. So I'm gonna go right back here and get me a better gun, and then I'll go